Welcome to the first episode of Miss Collegiate USA Director's Cut Pageant Talk from the Director's Perspective, hosted by yours truly, Dr. Keia Brown, founder and president of the Miss Collegiate USA organization. I am thrilled to kick off this episode with some amazing queens and capturing the national MCU crown. Please welcome Olivia Bohleber, Miss Collegiate USA 2021, and our reigning Miss Collegiate USA 2023, Jessica Hall. Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Oh, of course. I'm happy to be here.
Thanks for having us today.
I'm playing with things. So I'm really excited. I've been trying to follow both of your journeys through not just pageants, but your background and education, as well as your professional careers and life things that are happening. And so I really just want to know, you had so much happening in your lives since graduation, winning the national crown. Olivia, can you tell us what you are currently involved in since being crowned Miss Collegiate USA, what's going on in your personal life, as well as what's going on in your professional life?
Yes. So starting with my personal life, I got engaged back in February, almost a year ago. So that was exciting. And then as far as professional life, I am currently in a physician assistant program at Southern Illinois University. I started in May. So I will graduate in August of 2025. So I'm about halfway through. It's a very difficult program. So that's pretty much all I do right now is school.
School never stops. But I love that. So what semester are we in currently? I know you're graduating in 2025, but what semester are we currently in? What's been our favorite course or profession or focus?
So we do units by system, like by body systems. So we started off with cardiology, and right now we're in the reproductive system. I think my favorite is going to be dermatology, but I do love practicing in family medicine. We do a clinic once a week on Thursdays, so I actually get to be with patients, which is awesome, starting this early in schooling that we get to work with patients. But I do love family medicine, but I had a lot of skin issues when I was a teenager, so I think dermatology is going to be calling my name still.
I love that. I actually feel like that could align perfectly with your pageantry background. Some girls may be coming to see you in the future. For sure.
Definitely.
And congratulations on your engagement. I know that MCU family and no pressure will be invited. So I look forward to that as well.
Of course. Put it on your calendar for 2025.
You got it. I will be there for sure. I also am super curious. So our reigning queen, Miss Collegiate USA, Jess, has graduated with her master's degree, and she is out there in the real world, so to speak. And so, Jess, what is happening with you?
So I am rounding out my year-long internship that I've had with Agriculture Future of America. They are a program for undergraduate college students to gain experience within the industry. They do a lot of programming for students all across the nation, which is free to students. All they have to do is travel there. And so I'm finishing up my internship with them and currently on the job hunt, which has been an adventure in itself. Nothing like applying for college. I will say that, but I'm enjoying it. I'm getting experience out into the big girl world per se, while also holding a crown. So it's been exciting since graduation.
It's a lot going on. And actually, the first year transitioning from college to the real world can be frightening. But I think, pageantry, I will say, because I'm biased, gives you some type of foundation to kind of endure some of those challenges that you might face.
Yes, absolutely. I know that pageants have helped me a lot throughout the interview process of applying for jobs, whether they're phone screenings or even face-to-face like this. So I'm a lot more confident in myself and my ability to speak on the things that I'm able to do. So I'm very thankful for pageantry in that perspective.
That's amazing. And I know you had the opportunity to meet a special someone that won the previous title of Miss USA in your current job. Can you share that as well?
Yes. So every year, my organization that I work for, we host a really big conference in November. It's called AFA Leaders Conference. That's where students get to do a lot more career and professional development, and get to network a little bit more with industry professionals. And we have a speaker that rounds out the conference. And this year it just happened to be Deshauna Barber, which is really exciting. And I don't think anyone else in my company knew how exciting that really was. And so I got to meet her as she closed out. I got to take pictures of her, which was truly inspiring. Honestly, I never thought that I would have the opportunity to photograph Deshauna Barber while she was giving a speech. And so that was really cool and definitely in my portfolio. So that was really
Smart
exciting.
girl.
And she's just as sweet as she is online. I mean, she truly is amazing and her story is super inspiring.
And Deshauna has given us a pretty a large amount of shout outs to the Miss Collegiate USA organization and spoke really highly of you, Jessica. So thank you for being a great representative and putting us on the map. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Now, while you're here, I know as the reigning national title holder, one of the things that you were very passionate about sharing was your hopes to connect with first generation college students. And that seems to be what you're doing in your internship. You're doing a lot of work behind the scenes with MCU on some initiatives. So can you share what you're currently working on during your reign to kind of reach out, especially based on CrownWise, our financial literacy program?
Yeah, absolutely. So besides getting to talk with students through my work opportunities, I am creating right now a really big folder of sorts with some tips and resources for first gen college students, whether that be like scholarships or just tips in general on how to navigate college life. Coming from a first gen college student, it was very difficult learning how to do everything by myself for the first time. And so I just really want to be that resources to help these students get ahead. On the financial literacy side, we have been doing something really fun. We've been doing our Financial Factoid Friday. So, the first Friday of every month, there is a video from an expert or someone answering a question that has to do with the financial literacy topic, which is super cool because you're not only getting the fun videos from me, but you're also getting to hear from people who are well versed within that side of financial.
And speaking from somebody on the financial aid side, that is fun, Jess. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for your work because I know that those videos are valuable and is also available on YouTube and is trending some of the most common themes like increasing your credit score and things like that. So that's exciting to have as a roster for us.
Yes.
Olivia, I have to ask you. So you were the inaugural, you were the first. And as some of us like to say, you were the OG. So you were the first Miss Collegiate USA for the system. And so you kind of mapped out the blueprint, so to speak, of what it means to be Miss Collegiate USA. So from your perspective, what does the Miss Collegiate USA pageant system mean to you?
Well, like you said, I was the first Miss Collegiate USA. So this pageant, this organization, and all of the members that are involved have a very, very special place in my heart. I think it says a lot that 3 years later, I am still very involved with this organization. I'm doing this podcast. Back in November, I was the MC for one of the state pageants, which was so much fun. And I plan on continuing to be involved with this organization just because I believe it is such a wonderful pageant system.
And you're not allowed to leave anyway. You're stuck with us for life. Same with Jess.
I'm okay with that.
We can't get rid of you, and we don't want to get rid of you at all. So thank you. Jess, I feel like it's almost the same because Jess came back. Like Jess didn't want to leave, which we were honored because she came back from 2021 to 2023 and captured the title. So Jess, what does the pageant system mean to you and why did you choose to come back for another year?
Yeah, absolutely. I love just the foundation behind MCU and the pillars that it stands on. I think that a lot of pageants are amazing, and they have those things that they are passionate about and that their title holders live up to their platform. But I think MCU, with it not only just being like financial literacy and academia, but they also value the sisterhood aspect of it as well as the scholarships. I think that the opportunities that are available for every contestant, whether they win the national title or not, they are still offered the same things. They still get the scholarships, which is amazing. Not a lot of pageant systems offer scholarships to every single contestant that competes at the national level. But I also just loved how fun Nationals Week was. It truly was. From the moment I arrived in Greenville till the moment I was back in Texas the first time, I had so much fun. And it was the exact same the second year, and that's what made me go back. I was so excited. I got to see Olivia win. So if you watch her crowning video, that's me in the orange dress screaming in the back. And so I wanted to be able to experience that again. And I won, which is crazy. Which was so exciting. I got to be up there, and I knew that no matter who took home the crown last year, it was going to be an amazing woman who is going to stand for MCU and all the things and be a great representation themselves.
Yeah, I agree. I would love for you to share what you experienced in 2021, our first year at Nationals, and your reaction to Olivia's win is just, it gives me chills because it really does embody what it was my hope was the pageant was building a sisterhood. And to see one of the biggest cheerleaders in that room that night, Olivia can maybe attest or speak on it from her perspective, but you would have thought it was Olivia's mom. And Olivia's mom will probably say, I was in shock because she told me how she felt. She was like, yeah, I had no idea. But Jess was back there screaming. So, what were you feeling in that moment when Olivia was called? You were fourth runner up, I believe.
I was, yes.
Yeah.
It was super exciting. So me and Olivia I got close with quite a few of the girls throughout the whole week, but me and Olivia were just like together all week, even backstage. We were right next to each other. I helped pin her sash onto her swimsuit.
Yes.
So it was so fun getting to see like someone who I truly felt like I got to know their heart that week. And I knew that they were going to be the best representation as the first Miss Collegiate USA that year. And so that was super exciting. And I just knew that the first year was going to be such a great year, which not all pageants can say. And so MCU was very blessed to have Olivia as their first winner.
Oh, thank you, Jess. That's so sweet. And like, I was looking back at pictures. We had so many pictures together too from that week. And it was just, I second what you say. It was just such a fun week.
I had a lot of fun when I decided let's bring Olivia and Jess together, and there's more and more pictures of you all, and you just must have known by this point you would be Emerald Queens and sharing the space. So it was, I love that video because Olivia's in shock. I wish I had a video of Olivia's mom, Miss Paula, because clearly she was in shock because she kept saying that. But and I even love Jess's mom because she was just like, that's my girl in the corner screaming for the queen. And it really did embody what I hoped would be accomplished by building sisterhood. So thank you both for being just supportive sisters of one another. Jess knew, obviously at that time, it wasn't her time to win, but she was super happy. Olivia took home the crown, and Jess, I know we had that discussion. I couldn't even get on stage, and Jess and her mom were like, we're coming back. And they were serious, clearly.
Yeah. I told
and
you.
Jess, you've done such a great job representing MCU this year. I just wanted to compliment you on that, by the way.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
She has more to come. And as I always say, and as you both know, there's more surprises coming. Good surprises, Jess.
For those listening, Keia's favorite thing is surprises. So during National Week, we had so many surprises. It was just so much fun. That's just one thing that Keia does is surprises. So be ready for that if you come to Nationals next year.
I have been told to tone it down just a little bit, but it will be good surprises that won't throw people completely off, but it might be just like more sparkly things and extra swag.
You
That's
cannot go
always
wrong with that.
So you both kind of talked a little bit about it, but what one, if there is one memorable moment that you had during your nationals week, and Jess, I know it could be an overlap of 2021 and 2023, but what was your favorite moment, whether it be competition on stage or one of the activities we did?
So one of my favorite memories from nationals in 2021 was the Greenville scavenger hunt. Jess, me and you were actually on the same team. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So the girls were divided into small different groups, and we were given a list of things to find in downtown Greenville. So this activity was fun for a lot of reasons, but my two favorite things was it gave you a chance to bond with the other girls, but also it gave you the chance to explore downtown Greenville and get to know the city. So that night also was the Emerald Party, which is so much fun. And at the Emerald Party, different awards are given. An example of award given was for high academic success, but there are a lot of other different awards given too. And at this event, you can bring guests. So I brought my parents with me, and this was really fun because it gave me a chance to spend time with my parents during the week, but it also gave me a chance for my parents to get to know some of the friends that I had made. So, and get to know the other guests that the other contestants brought.
Olivia, you're not allowed to come anywhere without your parents. So shout out to your parents. We love them.
Good, because I don't go anywhere. They're tagged at my hip. They're attached at the hip or thing.
Oh, yes. I think in 2021, probably the scavenger hunt was my favorite part of Nationals Week. We were super competitive. We were like sprinting, like running. And for whatever reason, we were not all wearing tennis shoes, but I don't think that slowed us down at all. Some of us were in sandals and booking it. We were going to get a picture of that bridge or a picture of that statue, whatever it was that we were looking for. I don't remember who won. But in my heart, my team won because we worked hard. We worked so hard. And so that was super fun. I think last year, my favorite thing was going to the baseball game. I love watching baseball and I love a good ballpark hot dog. I do have a picture of myself eating a hot dog with my Greenville Drive hat on. Like I was living it up at the baseball game. It was so fun.
You did have fun at the baseball game, which I appreciate. So shout out to Greenville Drive for sponsoring the girls. I think the first year we went to the stadium, Olivia, but they were away that week.
Yes, they were. But we still got to tour the stadium, which was awesome.
Yeah. It was a good time. So I appreciate it. It's so funny you say, because as you know, I like to mix things up. And I kind of forgot about the scavenger hunt, but I appreciate that you enjoyed it. So we talked a little bit about Greenville, which is home to the MCU National Pageant, and the Miss Collegiate USA organization is a member of Visit Greenville SC. So what did you think of the city in your first year? What was your favorite spot? I know Jess always likes to explore with her mom, like the first day that they arrive in Greenville. So I would love your perspective on the city and really what makes it unique.
Yes. The first year that I came to MCU in 2021, I arrived 2 days early because I really wanted to explore the town. I love how small Greenville is, like right where we stay, because you can walk everywhere. All of the small businesses, the local companies, and like restaurants are all close together. And so I got to visit so many of the different stores, sponsors, and restaurants all while we were there. My favorite part of Greenville is probably the waterfall and the whole park, actually. But the waterfall itself, and I like that you can walk down directly into like where the river and rocks are. Last year I got to bring my sweet puppy with me, and so he had so much fun playing around in the water. It was very hot, so it was nice. But it's just so beautiful. I love how pretty it is in Greenville, and I also got to visit the zoo. I'm a big zoo person, and so it's very small, but I did love it. Very uphill and downhill, so wear tennis shoes.
That's good to know. I love that you explored beyond where we traveled or hit. So
Yes,
I have to check out the zoo next time.
it is nice. I'm thinking about going again next summer.
You'll have some time.
Yeah.
Olivia, any favorites?
I was going to agree. The Liberty Bridge, which is the bridge that overlooks the falls, is stunning. It is so beautiful. And actually, before we visited Greenville, back in 2021, I had told people that I was competing in this pageant, and someone was like, "Oh, did you know that Greenville was one of the top 10 most beautiful places to live and visit?" So then I was extra excited to go, and it definitely lived up to the expectations. Like Jess said, it is absolutely beautiful.
I love that. I think that's most appropriate for beautiful women to compete for a national pageant in one of the most beautiful cities in America. It is also ranked #1 friendliest city in the United States. So how amazing is that?
Ooh.
I coin it the hallmark
Mhm.
city.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it feels. So let's jump a little different. I think you kind of talked about nationals and what makes it unique. What, in your opinion, makes Miss Collegiate USA different from other pageant systems you've experienced and competed in?
I can go first. For me, I really liked how you truly want the whole week to be about developing those relationships and sisterhood with the other contestants. I feel like because I get a whole week of doing fun things with everyone, I truly get to know everyone who's competing as opposed to just talking to them in line backstage or in the dressing room between intermissions. And so that's truly what made a difference to me is that yes, we're there for a lot longer than a typical pageant, but we're getting opportunities to develop friendships and relationships, but also getting to explore the city that we're in. I can say that I've been to 40 of the different states, but how many of the times at those pageants did I actually get to explore where I was staying? And so this is different in that aspect, and I love it because Greenville is beautiful, and I would want to explore it.
I
That's
definitely
awesome.
agree. And also, I love that this organization combines pageantry and higher education and so many scholarship opportunities. So as I mentioned, the scholarship money that I won from Miss Collegiate USA helped me to pay for some of my master's degree that I'm currently in. So anyone looking for those opportunities, it's amazing for that. Also, the directors of this pageant and everyone involved care so much about every girl competing. I just felt like I got to know Keia and got to know everyone involved so well, and they truly care about each girl and that the potential each girl has, and they want you to have a great week and a great time and a great experience. They are genuinely some of the nicest, most caring people that I have ever met.
That's really sweet, Olivia. And I
It's
didn't.
true.
Very true.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. And I know everyone that's on the team are 100% volunteers. So they really do love the mission of the organization and they love the girls. So once you become a part of our family, you're stuck with us and you won't leave. So we will follow you with weddings and baby showers and things like that because we love you and you're a part of the family now. So thank you both for saying that. Well, Olivia kind of talked about it a little bit, but how has the scholarship monies that you've earned, as well as any awards that you received from the Miss Collegiate USA organization, helped you in your education or professional career goals that you have?
For me, I was able to utilize the awards that I won from the Miss Collegiate USA organization to graduate with my master's debt free, which is super big. I didn't have to take out any loans for my master's program, which is a big deal. College is very expensive nowadays. And it's a little bit harder as a master's program to get the financial aid help that you can as an undergraduate student. And so I'm very thankful for the Miss Collegiate USA organization to be able to provide those opportunities for me and every contestant, not just the winners, which is super amazing. And I think that it wouldn't be without our sponsors that we would be able to do this.
What would you say to someone considering the MCU pageant system? They're not sure if it's the right fit, but they've competed in pageants or they're exploring MCU as their first pageant. What would be kind of your sales pitch to them?
Sure. I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is that MCU, there's no such thing as the perfect fit or a cookie cutter queen. I think that the Miss Collegiate USA organization, whether you're a junior high, high school, or collegiate title holder, every title holder brings something different to the table and it's unique. No queen is alike, even us national queens in the past 3 years. Each of us is different. And I think that entering MCU either as your very first pageant or even, you've just started pageants or you're exploring another system that you would like to try, I think MCU is a really great place to start because of the fact that there is no cookie cutter image here. We have a mission, and if you are passionate about that mission or even your own platform, MCU will be the perfect pedestal for you to stand on. I think that as a national title holder for the Miss Collegiate USA organization, I have been able to be passionate about financial literacy and first generation college students on my own, as well as through the organization, and also still getting to advocate for the things that are close to my heart, such as the agricultural industry. So I think that, like I said, there's no perfect fit. And I think even with no experience, MCU is still a really great place to find out where you belong within the pageantry world.
Yes, I completely agree. And just to add on to that, we've already talked so much about the benefits of academia and the scholarship awards. But as just talked about earlier, sisterhood is such a big part of this pageant and this organization. It's a week-long pageant, and there are so many activities where you get to bond with the other contestants and get to know the other girls. But along with that, there's a good balance of downtime as well. So you get to relax and rejuvenate, but you get to bond with the girls and have different activities. So I think this is a really great pageant if it's your first or if you're looking for a new system to experience this organization. I highly recommend it. And I think if you're considering it, I'm just going to say, just do it. Just try it.
Yes, 100%.
I love that. Just to follow up, just a fun question, I think. What is the biggest misconception or stigma around pageantry today? And how can you kind of like nip that in the bud that doesn't exist?
I think the biggest one that I see is that they hear the word pageant and they automatically think like, oh, this is just a beauty contest. Like you have to be beautiful, you have to be pretty, you have to be thin to win the crown, which is 100% not true at all. And I think MCU stands firm on that ground itself, is that you don't have to be thin and you don't have to be the most beautiful, gorgeous person to ever walk this earth. Every woman who steps on that stage is absolutely beautiful in their own way. And that is not even it's not just a beauty contest. Like you are there talking about what is passionate on your platform, what your heart is. It's not what you look like, it's what you stand for. And I think that MCU does a really good job of spreading that across the platforms of social media, through word of mouth. Like each one of us queens has screamed that from the rooftops. Like beauty pageants are not just about beauty. Like you're just as beautiful as you are smart. Like your brain's over beauty. Like 100 million things that I've said to myself in the mirror, because you can always look at another girl and think like, oh, she is so much more beautiful than I am. But truthfully, like your biggest competitor is yourself, and you are there to be the best version of yourself and show that to the judges.
Yeah, I think another big misconception in pageantry is that it's just purely a competition and the girls are all extremely competitive against one another. So actually, Jess, you mentioned something that I was going to talk about earlier. So the pinning the sash to the swimsuit and the dress, I had absolutely no idea how to do that. And literally backstage during the competition, Jess was helping me figure out how to pin this sash that said Illinois to my dress or to my swimsuit. So the competition comes from within, from each girl competing against themselves. And each girl is just trying to put their best foot, or should I say best high heel, forward for the judges and compete against themselves.
That's cute, Olivia.
I love it.
Leave us out there.
I guess I just want to echo what Olivia said. Like, if you're thinking about it, just do it. Like, truthfully, like, you will not regret being a state title holder, a regional title holder, or even just competing in one of the state pageants, like for the Miss Collegiate USA organization. I think that you will gain so much more if you just do it. Like, you will lose nothing, I promise. Like,
yes, you can literally only gain. Every pageant that you participate in provides public speaking experience, interview experience. And this pageant particularly, if you don't already have a resume, it's a great opportunity to make one, because 15% of your score comes from your resume or your academics. So it is just such a unique organization in that sense as well. But also, you're going to be building for your future self by practicing interview and public speaking. I know that when I have interviewed some girls in the past, I just know if they've done a pageant by how well they interview. So if you're thinking about it, just do it. It's great experience. You'll love Keia. You'll love Greenville. You won't regret it, I promise.
I love it. Just do it. MCU, Nike, just do it.
Let's get a collab out there.
Yes, thank you, Jess, for plugging that in. So for our viewers, if you are interested in, as Olivia alluded to, ready to just do it, you can start your journey in capturing the national title like one of these young ladies have done by visiting www.misscollegiateusa.org. Olivia, Jess, thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate you. I love you both. You have been amazing title holders. Jess, she's just getting started. She doesn't know what to expect because Keia still has more for her. But Olivia is always right there as well. If you want to reach out to either one of them, we will definitely include their Instagram link that you can reach out to them and follow their journey through their educational and professional futures. Thank you again, ladies.
Yes. Thank you for
you.
having me.